Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888, and today we're going to be taking sort of a second look at the CZ P-10 Compact. You guys might remember around January of 2017 we put out an initial video on this gun, like right when it first came out. I thought I'd get with Big Daddy and pick up a P-10. This is a new production P-10 produced in 2019, so current production, and just sort of see, you know, if the pistol's made any major changes. The early one that we got was a pre-production prototype. I had to send that gun back. That was actually a loaner from CZ just so we could make that video for you guys and show the gun off. This is a production model. Now, the P-10's gone through some really cool changes, okay, in the last couple of years. One major change being that they've added suppressor-ready variants now. They have optics-ready variants now with the slide rider cut. So you can get these threaded barrel, optics-ready, all that good stuff. And really neat stuff. And they do a full-size P-10 now. So they have a P-10F and a full-size and then a compact. We're going to run the compact loud and proud, just normal, and just play around with the gun a little bit. These newer magazines, okay, they've made some rolling changes to the P-Series magazine. You can see a couple of different cuts they've put on here compared to the really early P-Series magazines. That's to facilitate the use of this magazine in any P-Series gun. So this should run in like a P07 Duty, P07, P09, you name it. Any P-Series, you should be able to use this in. And it is a interchangeable magazine release in terms of each side. So you have the two cuts on the mag to make it work from either side. We're gonna shoot the gun. This is fresh out of the box from Big Daddy Unlimited. I've not fired this gun. All we've done is dried the bore out. It's right out of the box. Let's have some fun. We're gonna run some, that is some of the Fiocchi 115 grain ball ammunition. I have not changed the sights or shot the gun. These are the first rounds out of the gun, fresh out of the box. Yeah, yeah. Got a soda on the ground down there. Let's see if we can take him out. Okay. All right, hitting the gopher. That's cool. Got a few targets back there about 30, 35 yards away. Let's see if we can hit those. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, this actually shipped as a California gun with the 10-round mags, but we thought it'd be convenient to use the 10-round mags to test some of our carry ammo. So we are going to run some hollow point ammunition and a little bit of match grade ammo through this gun. I'm going to try to take my time and shoot some good groups for you. All right, so a couple of observations. You know, it retains the interchangeable back straps, which is really cool. Grip texture's nice. A lot of the things that I really enjoyed about the P-10 from early on still resonate with me. It is an aggressive grip texture, but not overly aggressive unless you got some baby girl hands. That's okay. You have the forward cocking serrations, which are not overly, you know, weird or an odd spot or anything. You've got these nice swells on the side of the frame to put your thumbs up against if you really want to lay in on that thing hard. It retains very traditional style in CZ pistols for doing the front sight, which is an integrated dovetail. You just, they're really, really easy to change sights on. You just back that screw out and it comes out from the front in a dovetail fashion. I really like that about CZs. They're super easy to do a sight swap on if you want to drop some, you know, aftermarket sights or something like that on them. There is one feature about the gun that I'm a little irked about, and it's just my OCD. And I mentioned this in, you know, one of the first videos we did on this gun, is if you look at the rear sight, you know, it's a nice solid dovetail that it sits down in, and it's held in by a set screw, and that's awesome. But I also notice that there's a considerable gap right here, all right, from about the topmost portion of the dovetail all the way to the rear of the sight. There is a noticeable gap right there. And I don't know why, but that just kind of irks me, because if I look up under that gap right now and put it up against the skyline where I can see, there's actually a couple of chunks of like what look almost to be like machining chunks or like little bits of metal stuck in there or something. It just seems like sweat and corrosion and dirt could just find its way into that slot. And that's not a big deal. You know, you just grab an air nozzle and blow it out. But that was one of my initial observations, and it looks like the sights are exactly the same as they were 2 years ago. It's not a big deal. It's not a detrimental thing. It's not like the end of the world. I just thought I'd mention it. All right, we're going to test out a couple of carry loads. This is some 124 grain Federal HST. There just happens to be, you know, some carry ammo that we have on hand. I've got 10 shots. I'm going to group it over here, try to take my time. The trigger's nice, you know, it is a striker fire pistol. I'm going to take my time here. Very comparable to like a Glock 19 in terms of the size, the feel. I will say, out of the box, probably a gun that I feel like is maybe a little bit more ready and capable than a standard 19. The sights are, in my opinion, much easier to pick up and acquire and use right out of the box over a standard 19 with the line sights in the back. That's a preference thing, guys. Everybody's got their own thing, but I feel like this is definitely out of the box ready pistol. Okay, I'm gonna try to take my time. I definitely think that the accuracy of this pistol is tremendously better than what I can do at Justice right here. I almost feel like I need to maybe bench rest this thing and try to shoot groups with it, but this is just really, really, really initial, right? I mean, for personal defense, I haven't adjusted the sights on this thing or nothing. Not terrible, not as good as I know the gun can shoot. So I wouldn't really call that accuracy indicative of what the gun can do. That's just indicative of what I can do today. Just understand that. We're gonna shoot some Norma Hexagon match grade ammo. So look, guys, this gun is gonna shoot as accurate as it can shoot today with me shooting it. And this is literally, I'm what, 4 mags out of the box with a brand new gun. This Norma stuff is pretty cool though. It's got sort of a new hollow point design that's really aerodynamic, and it's a good match grade bullet. So this should give us an idea of the indicative accuracy that the gun can do today with me. So keep that in mind, guys. Everybody's different. I am shooting offhand here. I'm gonna try to take my time. I pulled that first shot. Not bad. I'm aiming at the bolt. Right over the shoulder. Yep, I'm healing with this gun a little bit. But not a bad trigger. I would say very indicative of a striker fire pistol. Exactly what you can expect to see there. All right, so that was the Hexagon. I've got some of the Envy as well from Norma. We're gonna try maybe a mag or two of that. Okay, and I'm gonna shoot up this ball ammo. And this is not really meant to be an end-all, do-all, but I'm trying to feed it a couple of different types of ammo, shoot it a little bit, see if we have any issues, which, gosh, that initial P-10 that we got a hold of had, man, like 2,000 rounds through it in the time that we had it. Not a single problem. And you know, CZ's pretty good about when they put out a handgun, making sure it's right before they take it to market. And that's always been a pretty, you know, in tune thing with them. All right, so I'm gonna shoot the gun a little bit more. And maybe in a future video, you know, we'll wind up maybe taking out some of the suppressor ready versions, maybe the optics ready version, and take a look at that later on. But I wanted this to be kind of a revisit of the P-10 because it's been a couple of years, you know, since I've been in production, just to see if there's any major changes. I don't notice any super major changes. I'd have to look back to that initial video. Did they do the ambi slide stop on the first one? Or is that something they changed?
Don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but that's the only thing. You know, it does have the ambi slide stop. The mag release can be changed to either side. And of course it is sort of I hate to use the word safe action like a Glock, but it uses a safe action type trigger mechanism, just like the Glock pistols do. Okay, really cool stuff. Disassembly is pretty similar. I mean, if you're in the G territory in terms of pistols, you're good on the disassembly, relatively similar. Really cool stuff. Rail system, that's a nice feature. It's got good stippling where it needs it and not where it doesn't. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna have a little fun. The trigger is, I find myself, I'm trying to kind of get used to that trigger again, Chad. You know, it's a good trigger, it breaks clean, but it is a little creepy. It reminds me of like maybe a patrol trigger in a Glock. Kind of heavy, clean break, but kind of a sloppy take up with a good bit of take up, a little bit of creep, but with a clean break. I'm having maybe a little bit of a hard time getting behind it again, but I imagine with a bit of shooting, I could probably get behind it again. Yep, I am healing with this gun something awful. This gun can shoot a heck of a lot better than I'm shooting it today. Not making excuses, guys, there's no excuses, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. I don't want you guys thinking that, you know, this is as good as the gun can shoot. Anytime you watch these videos that we make, guys, we're not trying to claim to be experts or not, you know, claiming to be the best marksman in the world. We're just trying to report what we see. I think that's an important aspect of these videos, is to have fun and just show people kind of the reality of what happens at the range. Some days you have great days and some days you don't. But you know what? If you don't get out there and shoot and take some time, you're not ever gonna get good. You gotta keep shooting. All right, let's take out a couple of sodas. Ooh, we got those HSTs, don't we? All right, I got 10 rounds. I got a few rounds of HST. Let's take out our sodas and our watermelon there. All right, Mr. Watermelon, I'm sorry, but time to go. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, that's the Envy. We'll group that in a minute. I'm gonna shoot the rest of this ball ammo. 15 shot mags. Okay. All right, Mr. Soda. Not bad, not bad. We'll try a few long range shots. Maybe I can hold this thing still enough. It's in there. Okay. I got one naked target over here. We'll shoot the rest of this ball and then we're gonna test the Envy. I'll have to take a moment to pause and repaint our steel, and we'll group this Envy from Norma here, see how it does. I'm just gonna shoot this one last target with the ball ammo and we'll wrap her up here, guys. Yeah, man, look, At personal defense range, 7-10 yards, you know, carry this bad boy in a holster, conceal it, pull it out. It super controllable to keep it, you know, in a 8 or 10 inch circle at close range, rapid firing it, you know, double tapping like that. Yeah, shot recovery's nice. It feels good in the hand. Look, you're gonna use what you got. Whatever, if you buy a Glock, you buy a CZ, you're gonna get used to what you got, and you're gonna use the tools at your disposal. I understand that. But aesthetics to some degree matter, you know, and some people want a comfortable gun, something that sort of works for them, and maybe there's physical limitations to the way you hold a gun, but it is comfortable. It's got a very familiar bore axis, similar to the G style of gun, a Glock style. Not bad. Tell you what, let me repaint and let's group the Envy, and we're gonna let you guys get back to it.
Eric's been hopped up on caffeine all day, so he thinks that might be part of his problem, shooting those groups downrange. They're not bad, but they are rather Glock-like. Although I love my Glocks, CZ should shoot a little bit better. So we're gonna try just a little bit of this Envy. I've just got 2 10-round mags. I'll probably just shoot a group on one of the plates over here and then shoot a few of the targets just to see, you know, how I like the new production P-10. And then I have some of the Hexagon, which this is both, you know, ammunition from Norma, and this stuff has been shooting so good in some of the other pistols we've been trying out lately. But let's shoot the Envy first, and this is a 124 grain, moving at 1335. This is more for, you know, pistol caliber carbines and such, so that's the velocity I have a longer barrel. So I'm gonna shoot off the hog saddle here. This is one of the pig saddles, and just to give a little bit more stability, and we're gonna just take our time and just try to shoot kind of a impromptu group on that right plate over there. And this is the Envy 124 grain. Okay. That was not me.
Went right over the shoulder.
So those last 2 shots, I mean, I'm doing all my part, and they just kind of flew over there, right over the shoulder. It seems like when the barrel starts getting pretty warm, and the gun's hot too, and I think our brains are melting a little bit. Let me move this thing out of the way. I'm just gonna take a few shots with the Envy just for fun, and just see how it feels.
It may not be me specifically.
Maybe not, might be, you know, part of the gun, part you, but.
I'm a factor.
All right, I mean, I'm not pulling those shots and they're just veering off to the right. It's very odd.
Good shot.
Okay.
There you go.
Right over the top. Not bad. Seems like the hammer-fired CZs shoot a little bit better though, have to say. All right, so this is the Hexagon. I'm gonna bring the hog saddle back, pig saddle, and I'm gonna shoot this on the other plate. And then we're gonna let you guys get back to your day. Just wanna see how this thing does for me. You know,
right, that's the Envy.
This is the Hexagon. This is the match grade stuff, it's a little slower. So
Okay.
this is the ammo that was shooting so good the other day.
Give it a shot.
Yep, all right. Aiming for the bolt again on that left plate. Taking my time.
Excellent, man.
Right over the shoulder again. Huh. It seems like it just has a tendency to want to kind of string up and then over. Very odd. I mean, I felt like those little shots were great, you know, as far as breaking the shot, but the trigger is kind of the same. Kind of squishy take up and everything. I mean, it's still not a bad gun. I mean, if I was going to choose a P-10 over a Glock 19, I don't think you can go wrong with either gun.
Especially for the price.
For the price that these things come in at, very, very difficult to beat. But not bad. Like Eric said, we're probably going to get one of the suppressor ready models, maybe one of the optics ready models, maybe a combination thereof, the two, and put that out on the range and see how they do. But I'm really curious to shoot one of the suppressor ready models and see how they do, because I've been wanting to try one of these out with a can on it for a long while.
I think the suppressor ready model with some heavies might do good. Heavy pills tend to do pretty good. Maybe get some 147 grain HST and see how it shoots.
Yep, but we're 25 yards away, and you know, the groups on those plates aren't terrible at all, and we're not setting this thing up in a ransom rest or anything. We're shooting off, you know, a relatively steady rest, and it's typical for a short-barreled, kind of a semi-compact type pistol. That's very, very typical accuracy potential out of a gun like this. So very acceptable. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and let's look at the P-10C. This is a production model that has been on the market for a little while now. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, we got a lot more on the way. Want to give a special shout out to our Patreon supporters and those of you who purchase man cans and other merchandise over on the website. We've got these cool snazzy t-shirts now. So if you guys want to pick up a t-shirt or other merch to help support what we do on the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. You guys keep us going here on the channel, and we love you guys to death. So stay tuned, much more on the way. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.